Welcome back to another video, or welcome if this is the first time you are seeing one of my videos. My name is Chad Johnerson and I am your Denver Modern Agent. Today we're going to be discussing the December real estate market update for the Denver metro area. Let's jump right into this and let's take a look at all of the statistics so that way you guys know what to expect as you round out 2021. Real quick before we jump into the statistics and the video for today, it would mean the world to me if you would just leave a like on the video. If you do get some value out of this, or you learn something new, or you find this helpful, I would really appreciate it. But let's get right into it and let's check out the first thing on the list, which is going to be active listings. Now, active listings for all of the residential properties at month's end was down 33% month over month. So at the end of November, we saw 33% less listings than what we saw at the end of October. Now, year over year, we're looking at a 34% decline in active listings at the end of November. It's absolutely mind-blowing, but we are still in this massive inventory crunch, and every single week when I send out my weekly email, I am checking these listing numbers, and it is still so drastically down. But if you want to be put on that weekly email list, let me know down below in the comments and I will get you added onto that and get you a little bit more value. Next thing that we're going to talk about is going to be the closed homes at month's end. We are down 10% month over month and nearly 9% year over year. We're sitting right at 8.73%. So what does that mean? I mean, closed homes are dropping along with listings. When we don't have as many listings, I mean, I feel like I've told you guys this before, we're just not seeing as many closed homes. And that doesn't mean that closings aren't happening and transactions aren't still taking place, but it means it's happening at a much less frequent volume than what we're used to seeing. So that's just something to keep in mind. It is a tough, competitive market out there still for buyers, and sellers still kind of have the upper hand, and I think it's going to continue like that into 2022. Now, the average close price month over month was up 2.91%, and we're up over 15% year over year. That is a massive amount of appreciation that you are seeing in your residential real estate. And a lot of articles that I have been reading are also projecting similar rates of appreciation over the next year during 2022. So if you are sitting on the sidelines thinking that there's going to be some market crash, that's probably not going to be the case, because we need a massive inflow of listings to hit the market in order to start to bring prices maybe back to reality, along with an increase in interest rate. Now, the median close price month over month is up 1.5% from October, and we are down, we're up 16.7%. Obviously, everything is up. I can't wait until I say we're down, but that's going to be very infrequently, I think, for the foreseeable future as we continue to experience this crazy market that we are in. So median home prices are just kind of bumping up a little bit, and that median is at $543,000 for both attached and detached homes. Now, your average days in the MLS thankfully has gone up. This is a good statistic that you do want to see go up. We're sitting at around 15 days in the MLS, and that's up 7.14% from the prior month. But year over year, we're still substantially down at 31.82% decline in days in the MLS. So, I mean, homes are still selling quick, and I am still seeing very competitive bidding wars as we're working with some of my buyers. I mean, there are still a lot of people involved in the real estate market trying to buy these homes up. I don't see it letting up anytime soon, especially with conforming loan limits increasing in the next year. You're just going to see this type of competition increase as the year rolls over. We go into 2022 and people start to move for jobs or whatever might be happening after the winter is kind of all done. So now is a perfect time to take advantage of a little bit less buyers in the market if you were thinking about that. Some news headlines for you guys to kind of consider as we close out this year is that lumber prices are again back on the rise. We are still facing a lot of the supply chain issues from that, and a lot of home builders are really trying to ramp up their supply to satisfy the market demand. So we're seeing lumber prices increase, which is, it's both good and bad. It means that we're seeing more houses hopefully coming to the inventory, but these builders again are going to be charging more for these new build homes, or whenever you might be working with contractors, etc., stuff like that. Now, the National Association of Realtors did also make a change to the MLS. You guys are now going to be able to see the buyer's agent compensation on the listing itself. So you'll have a better idea, especially if, after you have your buyer's consultation and you sign an agreement based on, a compensation that they agree to represent you for. A lot of the times agents are just telling you, hey, this is in line with what the market, the typical buyer's agent gets compensated. Now you guys have a little bit more knowledge going into a situation. Let's say if the buyer's agent compensation is a little bit less on a listing, you'll know that, per your agreement, you're either going to have to change that amount that you agreed upon to pay him to match what this listing is paying him or her, or you're going to have to come up with that difference in order to meet said agreement in the buyer's rep agreement that you signed. Another crazy piece of news, I'm sure you've seen it, is that people are now buying real estate in the metaverse. And one of the largest transactions did occur in this last month, and I think it was totaling around 2.25 million. I will double check on that number, but it'll be popping up here on screen on what that total sale was. But it was absolutely crazy. Think about it. People are paying millions of dollars for virtual land. So I think we're going to see a massive shift in how realtors might be a part of that transaction on the virtual side of things. And I can assure you, I'm going to be the first ones to the game there if it is something that we can obviously assist with and make sure that transactions are being handled accordingly. Now, to tie into one of my more recent videos, Zillow is actually canceling 400 of their purchase offers that they had on the open market right towards the end of October and into November. They were under contract. They ended up canceling out of those transactions in order to stop the hemorrhaging that they were experiencing from their iBuyer platform and their Zillow offers platform, which that is honestly crazy. So now there's a lot of homes that have just fallen out of escrow, and that just means more opportunity for you, the retail buyer, to hopefully get into a property that maybe they had locked up. Now, I will also encourage you, be on the lookout for any of their listings. Yes, sometimes they're severely overlist, but that means that you can come in and actually offer a fair price when most people are just overlooking that list price in that particular neighborhood. So be on the lookout for those as well. The new conforming loan limit in the Denver Metro County is $684,250. Now that is a massive increase from where we were the year prior, which was just under 600,000, right around 597,000. So huge bump in your conforming loan limits, meaning that there is going to be more money coming to the market in the form of loans and mortgage-backed securities, stuff like that. You're going to see a lot more competition because money is again becoming more available as we're going into 2022. It's going to make it a really, really competitive market for us. And finally, I have said this in my last two videos on market updates, we set historic lows for active listings again for the month of November. This was the lowest month of active listings we've ever had, sitting at 2,248 listings at the end of November. That is actually mind-blowing to me when I really start to look at the numbers and compare it to what we have on average, which is around 14,000 listings. Now that is substantially lower, and that's why you're seeing such a competitive market, and it's tough to be on the buy side right now. Man, if you're a seller, you are absolutely loving taking advantage of this. Well, that is all for me today. I hope you guys got some value out of this market report. If you did, be so kind, leave a like on the video. It really does help me out a ton. I know I brought that up earlier, but does help with the YouTube algorithm and help get me out there so more people can see this video and be able to interact with it and get a little more information that maybe they might not have known was going on in the real estate market. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so that way you are not missing any new uploads. I have a new upload every single Tuesday, sometimes on a Thursday, and every once in a while we'll hit a Sunday upload too if we have a bunch of content to get out for you guys. I appreciate you watching the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you want to check out some new builds, check out these two playlists right here.